Anybody on there yet? Hope y'all got my message from my other channel. This is not a hoax. Need to know who's on there yet. I don't know anybody's on there yet. It don't show. So is my real people on there yet? The ones that subscribes and likes and shares yet? Anybody? War Goddess, you there? Harlan, you don't want to miss this. Libby, you there? Okay. All right. All I got to say is hold on your hats and put your seatbelt on because it's about to get very, very bumpy. Like I said, we're going to have a lot of turbulence in the next 5 weeks. If this is my last 5 weeks, since we're not getting enough subscribers, I'm going to go out with a bang, and I'm going out with a big bang today. I announced on Rest in Peace NWO, The Real News with Talking Ben, that George W. Bush Sr. was sacrificed. That's not all. 5 presidents will be arrested, will go underground. I call it going underground because that's the plan. But everybody else wants to say that they're going to be arrested. We know what's going to come up. 2 presidents murdered. Ronald Reagan and Bush Sr. If you want to know the story, let's go to it. We're about to start the show. I'm sure y'all got bored watching a fake president. Let's see here. Y'all gonna be shocked. Trump signs over the our food away, our real food. That's not all. George Soros has been kicked out of Hamburg, Germany. Let's see here. Where's that? Which one do y'all want to hear first? George W. Bush. Just watch David Ziblick. Do y'all want to? All right. Which one do you want to hear first? The story about the trials for January, which they're not going to be a trial. It's just going to be putting them underground. They thought it was going to be December, but they decided to move it to January. That's why I was kind of skeptical to even say anything about this. Even Trump is going to be one of the presidents that gets murdered. Let's see here. I told you shit was going to hit the fan when the Democrats got the House. Just glad it wasn't December the 1st, huh? Let's see here. I got a lot of news, but this one right here is really big. It takes the cake. I guess we can go to that one. That was pretty good. Do y'all want to hear about the foods being taken away and going underground, and they're making mad scientists is making meats for you? Or do y'all want to hear the report about the pedophiles going underground? Which one do y'all want to hear first? Nobody's saying anything. Right under your noses just got signed. Okay? This was signed over the weekend during China. Fake meat? Okay, we're going to go to that one first. Bring it on, Pedo Underground. Well, which one do y'all want? I need somebody. I need one more vote to tell me which one you want. We've already got a tie here. Good grief. Which one do you want? Fake meat? Okay. Okay. Alright. Fake meat. Let's do it. Because, believe it or not, the meat is dead people. Just thought you might want to know that part. Alright. I know that's freaky.
The leaders like to use words that sound nice to describe something that is not so nice. For example, back in World War II, that like if you go to history, the history book, the leaders like to use words that sound nice to describe something that is not so nice. For example, back in World War II, that like if you go to history, the history books will show that what Hitler did to basically sell the genocide was basically they called this genocide ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing sounds nice. It's like, what's that? It sounds like something nice. Right? Ethnic cleansing. It sounds like it's not such a bad thing. However, it's a terrible thing. It's a demonic thing. It is diabolical. Because you're talking about killing millions of people. Right? That's basically it. Now, that's an extreme example, obviously. So forget this extreme example. Now, it still is the same argument though. They use certain words, and I'm going to play the video. In fact, I don't want to speak too much. Let's play the video. Listen to these words. And I think these words are eerie by themselves because many people are going to think, oh, everything's good. I'm going to buy food, and I'm going to eat food, and I'm going to buy meat, and I'm going to eat meat. I'm going to just continue consuming, and I'm going to trust my government and trust the people who I buy the food from. Newsflash, this is 2018. You can't be trusting anything no more. Listen.
For American exports across the range of sectors, including our farming, manufacturing, and service industries. As part of our agreement, the United States will be able to lock in our market access to Canada and Mexico and greatly expand our agricultural exports, something we've been wanting to do for many years. This is an amazing deal for our farmers and also allows them to use cutting-edge biotechnology and eliminates non-scientific barriers.
Eliminates non-scientific barriers. It allows the farmers and those who are in the agricultural industry to use cutting-edge biotechnology. Sounds nice, right? Sounds like a beautiful thing for the future. You see, if you hear cutting edge and then biotechnology, it completely, many people don't realize what that entails to. Many people just hear, oh, cutting edge technology. And when they hear words like cutting edge technology that's being used in the agricultural industry, I bet the people who don't fully understand this, they automatically think, cutting edge technology. Maybe they got the latest equipments that will make the job much easier. Maybe they got the latest stuff that will actually like it.
Guys, this is very, very disturbing. So, I mean, just hold on to your hat. I mean, there's two big disturbing stories. I mean, and I've got more, but I want y'all to understand this. I'm not trying to scare you or give you fear mongering. You need to know the truth. You've got some absolutely don't give a shit people no more because their robots are almost fixed. They're almost ready. to run the roads and ruin the country and ruin us on purpose because they don't need us anymore. That's why they're killing us. All right, check this out.
No, help make things much safer and better for the, if they are farmers raising animals, the animals will be well taken care of. They got good technology, groundbreaking technology that's going to aid the industry. But little do they know that this actually is pointing to human beings acting as gods.
Ashley Home Store Cyber Week sale is going on now. For 1 week only, get amazing deals in store and...
Why? Because this biotechnology is actually the further modification of things and altering things at the genetic level. In other words, the things that you are going to be buying are not natural. In other words,
are you growing it inside or outside? Which one is it, partner? Shoot, I'm sorry. I'm having problems today. This is not what I wanted. Sorry. What do y'all think? I'm sorry, we're having. All right. What do you think? Are you growing that outside or inside? Not under the chemtrails. Okay. About to say, if you're growing it outside, you just might as well be eating roach spray and aluminum foil and all kinds of other shit.
even the meat, remember, there are lab-grown meats which are being grown in laboratories. Meat that is being grown in laboratory. You can't trust any of these.
That sounds good. Sounds good. Everybody needs to start doing that. They don't, they're gonna be dead. That's why we got so many cancers. That's why people are getting sick, having to go to the doctor all the time. What do you think they put in the dang Obamacare? To put you in the hospital and make you sicker. Think about it, everyone. I mean, how smart am I? Pretty smart, guys. And some dingwad come to me on my other YouTube channel. Said, I'm unsubscribing, you're a liar. Okay, we'll see when you're dead. We'll see who's the liar then.
This is an amazing deal for our farmers and also allows them to use cutting-edge biotechnology and eliminates non-scientific barriers. Our nations have also agreed to innovate.
See,
New measures to ensure fair competition.
everything else, you see, the way that they put these things there, the way that they are speaking, these things are carefully written down so that when they bring it to the public listens to these things and it sounds just like normal. It sounds good. But did you know that early 2019, beginning 2019, did you know that many food companies or many grocery stores are no longer going to be selling natural foods anymore? Did you know this? And this is actually a direct result of what they have signed. In other words, when you go to the food market, you are not going to be finding natural foods anymore. Even the fruits, even the vegetables. When you go to the section that says organic, look, I went to the nearest superstore, and I even went to Walmart, and I went to the section that says organic. And where it says organic, there are quote-unquote organic grapes. Now, to my surprise, because I'm like, yes, I'm going to go buy organic grapes. When I get there, it says organic right on the label, right on the bag of the grapes. And then it says organic seedless grapes. Now, how can you have an organic grape that has no seed? The whole point of having an organic grape or organic watermelons is so that you have the seeds. they are untempered with. They are completely natural. All of these things have been tempered with. Now, for those of you who love to buy meat, those who love to eat meat, I highly recommend looking at a different alternative and changing the habit of eating meat. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, I just stopped recently. The truth.
You don't have to tell me. I know. I've already said this on both of my YouTube channels. But it goes in this ear and out the other. Nobody listens to me. So what I'm going to do is give them the information and let them go through in this ear and out the other, because they're unsubscribing to both channels because they don't want to know the truth anymore. They never did want to know the truth. They're fucking trollers and they're fucking bullies and they're fucking gonna die. Just thought you might want to know that, unsubscribers. Keep on unsubscribing, because you'll be right back here, because I'll be the only channel left, because all the ones that you've been subscribing to, everyone, are being executed for pedophilia. I hope you know that, folks. I'm not, but I'm having problems right now with my controller. So there's absolutely, I'm very, very sorry. This is weird. I'm trying. This is for you, Amy Cole. I know you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I created Antonio Brown for you, partner. Alright, enjoy.
The truth of the matter is this.
Wow.
You,
not having good
I
problems.
believe 100% that we have been lied to by being told that we need to have meat in our diet. You have been lied to if you bought that. You know, there's many different ways of going about eating healthy. The meats which they are going to be selling in the store are not going to be good meat. The meats which you're going to be buying, majority of them, there's a good chance you are going to be eating lab-grown meats. Now, with regards to this subject of biotechnology, did you know that this biotechnology does not just limit to the agriculture industry, but rather this also goes into the meat industry? Did you know that they are tempering, they are actually growing human organs inside pigs?
Yep.
Human organs are being grown inside pigs. Now, if human organs are being grown inside pigs, you gotta think about what then when you go to eat that pig.
This holiday, get to Dick's Sporting Goods for all the best outerwear gifts from the best brands. Get Columbia for the whole...
Alright. When he talks about putting into like foods with pigs and human organs and stuff like that, this all of it is originated to Hitler again. Okay, Hitler pretty much started all of this. Okay, who else started this before he passed away? George Soros. And what have I said in the past? George Soros is his sidekick back in World War II. My grandfather told me the stories about this guy. I didn't know who the hell he was, and I thought it was crazy. But now, as we're getting closer and closer and closer to the new robots coming in and taking over and everything, you're thinking, oh shit, are we going to be in the movie called, Terminator? That's what I'm keeping on hearing. So what I'm trying to get at is, guys, y'all need to watch what you're eating. You need to start smelling your food. If it don't taste right, I noticed a lot of foods have not been tasting right, guys. I mean a lot. Have anybody noticed that? Anybody? Or is it just me? Who's out there? You're the best of the best. Well, y'all got to show it to me, guys. Because if I don't get anybody, oh my gosh, I'm having problems with my controller, folks. Seriously, I'm very sorry. I am absolutely... Hitler was cloning folks back then. How do you clone people back then? You don't have electronics and everything like that. You didn't have all the controlled frequencies at that time. You didn't have crap. You didn't even have television back then that day. I don't understand why everybody thinks you can clone people then. No, you could not. I'm sorry. We're going to agree and disagree on that one. But I don't see any y'all watching too much sci-fi. Now, it wasn't sci-fi movies and stuff like that, but they were trying to tell you what was coming before it happened. And that's what's happening right now with The Simpsons, with Brian the dog from Paul Walker's situation to other stuff. You know what I mean? These stories that's coming out today made me fall out of my chair. I was shocked and excited at the same time that they killed George W. Bush Sr. But it was a sacrifice from the satanic shit. That's all I can say.
I don't even want to go there.
A new generation of biotech foods is getting close to the grocery aisles. By early next year, the first foods made from gene-edited plants and animals are expected to begin selling. The first products will likely be salad dressings or granola bars made with soybean oil tweaked to be extra heart-healthy. Researchers also are pursuing other possibilities, including wheat with triple the usual fiber and mushrooms that don't brown.
Mushrooms that don't brown.
Yesterday we brought you what? We brought you the story of how new genetically altered fruits
and like I said, if they would shut down CERN, we wouldn't have this problem with foods. We would back to normal. We could grow our foods again back outside. If they would shut down the chemtrails, no, they don't want to do that. You've got old people, old men, okay? And I'm going to play biggest party of them all for Antifa and everybody else. We are going to celebrate when George Soros finally kicks the fucking bucket. Because when he dies and Bill Gates dies and all the other dies, we're going to be a lot better off.
vegetables and even animals could soon be entering the marketplace. But now ask yourself something. Should we be changing a plant or animal's genetics? And if so, to what end? What about restrictions? Some? None? Then there's the question of whether we are or should play God, right?
Starting next year, as you stroll through your local grocery store, you may come across food from animals or plants.
Your message just got retracted. YouTube's a bitch. That's all I got to say. They can all go straight to hell and go in the fucking water in California.
That may have had their DNA altered. For years, farmers have been genetically manipulating crops and animals by selectively breeding to get offspring for certain traits. But now scientists...
Oh, and by the way, I want to say something to the dumbass that's been reporting my videos. I'm still here, and my videos are still there. You're doing nothing but fucking yourself up, because I'm finding out who you are. And I know your address, I know what your face looks like, and everything. Because YouTube don't do it anonymously no more. Nope, I showed you that on my other video. That it was Stony Stone. But there's others that's doing it too. You don't want me to call out your name and your face and where your address is, I promise you. Ask any of the bullies and the trollers. You did what? Okay, your message got retracted. Cool.
have perfected a process called gene editing, which was developed in the late 1900s. The process will alter foods and plants more accurately at less cost. Experts say they act like molecular scissors, altering the letters of an organism's own genetic alphabet. As a result of this process, fruits and vegetables will last longer.
So pretty much when you look at this, what comes to mind? Well, we are no longer eating anything that God made. We are now eating things that humans have tempered because humans are now making the move to do things that only the Lord has power over.
Now, what did you say? Who are you? Don't know you, man. And I'll tell you why. Because you never subscribed. I don't understand why you're getting my feed. Oh, I know why. I know why. I'm real and all the others are fake. That's why, Louie. Hey, Louie, Lightning Bug. That's why. Your other ones are getting fucked and lied to and getting killed because they're pedophiles. Oh, just get ready, January, all your YouTube subscribers that you've been subscribing to are going to be execution just like your George W. Walker Bush.
Or things that we should leave to nature the way it is designed to be. Only God knows why He designed things.
Hey, don't worry about it. You're not going to be on here no more. So you won't have to worry about it since you don't want to know the truth and you give a damn about pedophiles. Goodbye. Have a nice day, Louie the Lightning Bug. You just got washed away by Hurricane Andrew.
A certain way. So when we go and we temper with things at the genetic level, at the molecular structures, what ends up happening is we may be opening...
By the way, Anonymous is kicking your YouTube channels off. Not mine. You know why? Because I'm telling the truth and we're kicking your fake ass channels straight to the ground. Oh, I give you a number one finger for coming in here telling me what you think. It doesn't matter what you think anymore. Your comments down below was what YouTube told me in my emails. Doesn't matter anymore. The likes, dislikes doesn't matter either. It's views. So go fuck off. How about that one, Louie? You probably from New York City that's going to fucking drown.
Pandora's box.
For not listening to me.
It's kind of similar to this whole artificial intelligence thing. These people are creating these AIs, but once it goes online, this thing begins to replicate itself and it automatically does its own thing and they don't have control over it anymore. They can't turn it off. You need to ask yourself the question, do my leaders really care about me?
Nope.
Or am I just a number?
Just a number.
The truth is you are just a statistical number to them. You are an asset.
Hey, Louie, you're just a number, by the way, the government told me to tell you. Fuck you. If you don't want to live and you don't want to survive, die then, piece of shit. Because I'm trying to save people's lives that wants to fucking fight for our country.
You are just an asset that they just need to be able to just put in line so that they can rule over you. They want you to, when they tell you to jump, they want you to ask how high. That's all you are to them, is just an asset.
I'm jumping all right. The only place I'm jumping right now is to the bed. Screw you, government. Screw you, NWO. Fuck you. You killed so many people in the Middle East. Fuck you, George W. Bush. I hope you fucking rot in hell.
You're nothing but a number. You have no feelings to them. So the question is, you have to ask yourself the question, well, how bad could these things be? Because ultimately what they have just been talking about is they have been talking these quote-unquote cutting-edge technology in the agricultural industry. That is basically that is basically talking about genetically modified organisms, GMOs, and whatever that they can be able to go, like when Trump said that they are eliminating non-scientific barriers, it's basically like,
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer.
Don't you love it when you got dumbasses coming in here and I just fuck them up? I mean, every time. If you don't understand and you ain't awake, I'm gonna fuck you up. Straight up, man. I'm not fucking scared of you, man. I'm not getting paid like all them other YouTube channels that you're sucking dick on. That's all I got to say. I'm the best in the world and I'm making all your YouTube fake channels disappear. I'm not. I'm just the speaker of Anonymous, WikiLeaks, ex-CIA, and ex-NSA that walked away from the pedophile government. And your pedophile government is about to get murdered, dude. That's all I got to say. And Russia and Iran is coming in, and I tried to warn you. You didn't want to fucking listen. The only thing you need to do is wake the fuck up. Because if you don't, bye-bye. The ones that don't give a flying fuck, go straight to hell. Because I'm doing this for the kids and the women that's been raped and murdered, you piece of shit. Oh, I'm doing it for Paul Walker and Chester Bennington too. You probably don't even know them. You're probably old and can't even get it up no more.
Unscientific barriers, that means they're using science now to grow everything. They want people, they're encouraging their agriculture industry to utilize the scientific methods. And these quote-unquote scientific methods ultimately goes hand in hand with gene editing. It goes hand in hand with growing organs of animals or growing human organs inside pigs. All of that goes hand in hand. So you have Pandora's box is being opened.
Yep.
Once Pandora's box is open, you can't close it. Obviously, we know there's no such thing as Pandora's box, but it's just a metaphor using that basically Pandora's box has everything evil in it. Once it's open, you let out some evil things. So you are being fed by mad scientists. And if you look at what Hollywood is portraying with regards to the movies, that there's something should click for you, because the movie industry, they make movies in which all of a sudden, oh, there's an outbreak, there's a virus, there's a disease, there's this type of an illness, that there's an outbreak that all of a sudden everybody has a certain disease, a certain illness. You see, the animals are being taken away and they are being diseased. That should give you a red flag.
Yep.
You have been deceived into being told that you need meat in your diet. The thing is, you are actually being turned into a beast. You are being turned into an animal, and you don't know it.
Nope.
When the economy collapses, and it will, many people are going to start turning on one another.
Yep.
Because they're going to say, well, I need meat. I gotta eat. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you're new to this channel. I hope that you got something out of this video here. Again, this
Controversy 7, folks. Subscribe to the man. He knows what's up, and I know what's up. And if you ain't down with that, we've got 2 words for you. Martial law. Because it's coming for y'all, folks. You got 15 months to wake the fuck up. Or, rest in peace. You decide what you want to fucking do. I'm worse than Alex Jones. Let's go to the next story, because the next story is going to be shocking. Shocking, folks. What you're seeing on the fake news right now, he's not even in the freaking casket. Yeah, he's not even in the casket, folks. Just like John McCain wasn't even in the casket. He's dead in the fucking ocean. The sharks are eating him right now. Here you go. Oh, and there is a story. I heard a fake story. Donald Trump got the U.S. Air Force One to pick up George W. Bush. No, they didn't. He didn't do that. Shoot. He's celebrating right now, which we're going to be celebrating on him too very, very soon. Just listen to what David Zubelik is about to say, because what I'm about to tell you is what I've been telling y'all months ago. And now David Zubelik is telling you today. Remember that. I told you 2 years ago your fucking freedom was going to die on your fucking internet. And you didn't want to fucking listen to me. That's why you're losing your fucking YouTube channels. Because I'm on gaming and all the others look like deer in the headlights getting run over by fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, bitch. Don't come in here and tell me what to do when I've been working my butt off for the last 3 years for these kids and for these women and for the men that walked away from the pedophile government. Don't come at me. And first, if you want to do the truth, why don't you do me a favor? Throw that fucking phone and hit the fucking wall with it. Or hit, here, I got a good one. Drop your fucking Xbox or shoot it if you don't know how to fucking listen, and then start respecting the people that gives a shit. You Antifa bitch.
Breaking now. Military tribunals for deep state traitors attempting to overthrow the Trump administration and those involved in child trafficking will begin in January. A secret meeting in Columbia, South Carolina has set plans in motion for what will finally be justice served to those who harm children and tried to destroy our republic, while former President George H.W. Bush was quietly executed for his crimes in a plea deal. The truth is about to be...
Let me say that one more time. He said, quietly executed Friday, November the 30th. Just like McCain, quietly executed. You need to wake the fuck up. By the way, if you did not know this, George W. Bush murdered JFK for George Soros to shut him up. Why do you think you don't think they're going to do it to you, but they're doing it to presidents? Germany's number one here, since you don't want to fucking fight back. It's pathetic. You're pathetic. You come on my fucking channel and tell me what to fucking do. Because you are being traced every time you comment down below, you stupid fuck.
Unsealed. David Zublik here with Truth Unsealed, where you'll learn what they don't want you to know. We have breaking news. Truth Unsealed has learned exclusively that military tribunals for those involved in deep state actions against the Trump administration and those involved in child and adult human trafficking will begin taking place in January of 2019. In a secret conclave meeting on November the 28th, 2018, members of several law enforcement agencies plus the military here in the United States, including NCIS, the J, the U.S. Marshals Service, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and many other high-ranking...
And I want to give you a heads up. Donald Trump had nothing to do with this. I want y'all to know that right now. Okay? You know who had something to do with this? You want to know? It's not Barack Hussein Obama. It's not the Clintons. It's not the Bushes. It's not even Soros. Do you know who had something to do with this? Here, I'll give you a good one. Russian collusion. Russian collusion. You got it? You see who was shaking Trump's hand the other day? Did y'all see who was shaking, what's that other guy's name? That told Trump that we needed martial law. That dorky guy. He's the one that was doing all the shots with none other than Putin. And who with Putin months ago. Who did I tell you was going to fix this deal? Mike Pompeo. Okay? China has something to do with it, and North Korea has something to do with it. I want y'all to know that right now. That it's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump was sold out. Because he's in a bind. And so behind, he had to make a deal with the devil. I just want you to know that. Sounds like a song, don't it? Devil went down to Georgia. Sounds like Nick Saban went down to Georgia and beat the fuck out of the Georgia Bulldogs because they didn't realize we had a backup quarterback that was better than the first one.
Military officials met in Columbia, South Carolina to construct a plan for implementing these military tribunals, which will begin right after the first of the year. In addition, Truth Unsealed has also learned that former President George H.W. Bush, Bush 41, who had been indicted back on September the 10th of this year for crimes violating the RICO Act, including human trafficking, has been executed. That his death on Friday evening, November 30th, was an execution, part of a plea deal he reached to maintain his dignity and his legacy such as it is. In other words, George H.W. Bush was John McCain, because as you recall, John McCain was also recently executed, but his death made to appear as though he died of natural causes in order to maintain his legacy such as it is. This is a huge report. No one else is reporting this. We have it exclusively here on Truth Unsealed. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is big. And the truth.
I want you to put your seatbelt on, folks. Yes, Buffy. It was Putin. Putin gave him the emails, okay? And said, if you can't do it, I'm going to do it. That's right. Putin is killing your pedophiles. I told you that was going to happen months ago. That's why Charlotte walked away from me. Because she didn't want to know the truth. Yeah, Charlotte disappeared. She didn't want to know the truth anymore. A bunch of y'all disappeared because y'all didn't want to know the truth. It wasn't Q. QAnon didn't know nothing about this because QAnon's involved. Yes. There is a fake QAnon out there that's acting like Q. You got to remember, there's a lot of hacking going on the internet. A lot. Y'all are not getting the real stuff. And I think Rhino is just going to headbutt him all the way through 4 more minutes. But it doesn't matter. Y'all just need to know the story. I ain't here to show y'all gaming. Yeah, it's here, but it's camouflaged for the real news. Because all the other channels are getting slammed so hard. Mr. MBBB333 just found out he's fake, folks. He's fake. They're trying to kick him off. Okay? They're kicking a bunch of YouTube channels off straight out the gourd right now. And I'm still here. That ought to tell you something. That Kevin Shipp and Edward Snowden was right about putting me on gaming.
Is about to be unsealed. Are we getting closer to military tribunals? Or
Yes, we
are we patriots out of our minds and delusional? Well, if that's true,
out of our minds.
then the naysayers need to add Trump and the Q team to that delusion.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are those that truly believe that either Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, James Comey, Loretta Lynch et al. Did nothing wrong, or that Trump is not going to proceed against these criminals, and that even if he does, nothing will happen to Hillary. Well, Truth Unsealed has learned exclusively that backroom logistics planning by several levels of government at Columbia, South Carolina, were the planning stages for upcoming military tribunals, which will commence in January of 2019. That analysis is based on the puzzle the Patriots continue to put together, but yet not complete. In order to get the picture of what seems very likely as a logistics meeting, a puzzle does not have to be finished to see what the picture is going to be. The puzzle continues, and more pieces are coming to light.
The puzzle was right under your noses, everyone. The puzzle was in the 90s. The puzzle was already there when The Simpsons told you what was going to happen. The Simpsons, a cartoon. Who would have thunk Fox would tell you that Paul Walker would die a week before? Huh. You're just going to have to go back, man. I don't know how to explain it. They sacrificed George W. Bush Sr. On Friday. They executed him in the bed. I don't know how to explain it, man. And then we got fake foods that's just been signed by Donald Trump at the G20. Yeah, it's going to be meats, all right. It's going to be dead bodies. You're going to be eating the same stuff China eats. But you didn't listen to me. None of y'all did. I told y'all to get food for the last 3 years before they started dropping the food underground. He's signing all these foods for y'all and bringing the real food underground, 50 feet underground in the bunkers. Y'all are being freaking delusion, man. Y'all are all delusion. They're going to be executed by Russia and God. There's so many executions about to happen. Judgment Day's coming, guys. And the people that didn't believe me, even family members and friends, are all going to be executed.
President Trump's latest tweet of top...
Oh, I'm relaxed. I am so relaxed. I'm jacked up on sweet tea today. I'm excited, and I'm bringing down every subscriber that has been subscribing to me and unsubscribing to me. Every one of them's going down, boys. Every one of them. It's like playing unfriended with me. I am going to get them so hard that they're going to wish they never messed with my channel. That's all I got to say.
Treasonous criminals behind bars is a clear indication of what's coming. His latest tweets appear to be edging closer to criminal action.
Oh, I'm going to. Obama started feeding prisons that fake meat in 2009, and I know. I've got an uncle that is in prison right now telling me the same shit. So I got people that's telling me what's up. You got it. You are right on that. The ones that's not right, they never had their car. Even family members and friends. They're all going to get hit by the button.
Against these deep state players. Q has confirmed many times the team's legitimacy and has mentioned tribunals coming. Former CIA case officer Robert Steele says the military tribunals are coming. Gitmo renovations are complete with 4,000 beds. You'll recall that to date over...
Yes. I'm glad you said something about that. By the way, Guantanamo Bay is being is Hawaiians. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. It's not for your pedophiles. Your pedophiles are going to be murdered by Russians. So they're probably going to send them to Russia. Which that's great. I am so excited that Putin is saving us.
4,000 deep state pedophiles and child traffickers have been arrested and detained in top secret locations across the United States. Several chartered United Airlines flights into Gitmo 1 year ago were very suspicious. The military uses State Department contract airlines such as Atlas Air and World Airways. Military sources say Gitmo will not be taking in Middle Eastern terrorists, and one comment suggested the renovations look more like a Club Med setting. Robert Steele says the renovations look like a Courtyard by Marriott. Others say there have already been a few tribunal hearings, and it's alleged that former Senator John McCain was sentenced to death for treason for providing weapons, missiles, and millions of dollars to Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorists during a secret clandestine meeting in Syria on behalf of the deep state's CIA, Barack Obama, and Hillary Rodham Clinton. In addition, the McCain Institute was a front to launder money for child trafficking rings across the United States and around the globe.
Oh, don't forget, John Podesta is going to be one of them too. That's for you, Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell. We're going to get them for you, man. I told you we were going to bring these boys down. And if Stony Stone is one of them, oh my God. I'm going to be there to watch his execution.
Q posted 31 days before McCain died the date that McCain would die to the minute, with the post every...
Who went after Bush? Bush got executioned. It was like a satanic ritual on Friday, just like Barbara Bush was. And McCain is underground, by the way. He's not dead.
Dog.
He will be dead though. Who's gonna die next? Well, you'll hear. I've been telling you that Trump's gonna die. Okay, he's one of the presidents that's going to be executed. There's like a couple of situations that's just kind of like blowing me away right now. Okay, I'm trying to get my head wrapped around this because everything that he is saying right now is true, because I'm getting this from my emails and from the ex-CIA and ex-NSA that told me to bring my stuff to gaming to camouflage the news because everybody else is disappearing and or getting their videos debunked. I've noticed I'm getting a lot more views on gaming than I am on anything else out there, and that's cool. That's cool. I think the gamers needs to know the same thing.
Has its day.
But I am going back to my old channel in January, folks. New Year's.
McCain died the day before the holiday Dog Day. It's theorized his sentencing to death agreement would allow him to go out as a fake hero. He did. Thus, his family used his funeral as a major anti-Trump charade from beginning to end. McCain's time of death was reportedly at 4:28 Mountain Time on August 25th.
Yep.
Exactly 31 days to the minute after the original Q post. Cause and manner of death remain in question. But the fact that Q could pinpoint the time of death with accuracy suggests that McCain did not die of...
They're not going in orange jumpsuits, Carlene. They're being murdered. Thought you might want to know that. By the way, McCain, if you did not know by now, McCain created and was hanging out with the leader of ISIS and Al Qaeda.
Cancer, as reported. Prior to McCain's death, he wore a therapeutic boot on his right foot, which was alleged to be hiding a GPS tracker in case he decided to leave the country unexpectedly. And at one point, he switched the boot over to his left foot, saying he wanted to give his right foot a break. Hillary also wore a boot during the same period. Was it to sympathize with McCain's predicament, or was it just a coincidence? The day before he died,
It was a coincidence. Yes, the timing of Poppy Bush's death was a satanic ritual. Yes, you're right, Carlene. We got a lot in common. Seriously. We know what's up.
supposedly executed by chemical means. His family made a statement.
The ones that subscribes and loves my stuff, like it, babies. That's all I got to say, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to fight these pedophiles, these fake channels, and we're going to bring down the fake channels. I will be the last one standing, I promise. I promise, Jack. I've already told you that months ago, and then all of a sudden, all these other channels were disappearing slowly but surely. Yep, they're already trying to take down BP Earthwatch again.
That McCain decided to stop chemotherapy. Nobody dies the day after they stop chemotherapy. Following McCain's execution, Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, did a 180-degree turn from being part of McCain's anti-Trump team of neocons to overnight being one of Trump's #1 supporters. Was Lindsey Graham pardoned by a tribunal? Then, on top of that,
Oh yeah, by the way, Heath Ledger was murdered too, and I made him look like Heath Ledger of the Joker without the paint. I thought y'all might enjoy that one.
Lindsey Graham addressed questions to Brett Kavanaugh on live television about the legitimacy of a military tribunal as it applies to constitutional law. Why? Because the military tribunals for the top treasonous perps are coming, and they will be held in several locations. Among them, Columbia, South Carolina, where U.S. Army Fort Jackson is located, and from where Lindsey Graham is a senator, plus underground facilities of abandoned complexes and shuttered retail locations across the country, which had been planned for use as FEMA camps built and manned with armed personnel under the direction of then usurper to the Oval Office Barack Obama, along with military flights between these locations and Gitmo. Q says there are no coincidences, and
By the way, what I've told you was going to happen about one of the presidents is going to be murdered on national television, folks. I just want y'all to know that right now. They're getting ready to show it on national television. Remember when they had there was a movie, I done forgot the movies, what the name of the movie was, but remember there was a movie, my dad showed it to me when I was a kid, and I remember it like it was yesterday, but I forgot the name of it. But do y'all remember a movie that showed a execution on live TV? Anybody? Does anybody remember that? Or did I just the only one that seen it? Like always. Anybody? I guess not. Okay. Well, it's gonna happen. And David Zubelik is gonna say the same thing that I've been saying when I was a kid. I mean, a lot of stuff is happening on purpose. In the line of fire. You know, it sounds familiar, but I don't know. I mean, all I know is one of the presidents supposed to be shot in the head. Uh, I don't know if that's the execution or what, but it's going to show a real live. And it's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be. They're showing it because people didn't believe it or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy, but it's coming, guys. And when it comes, don't be shocked because I told you it was coming. Okay, but David Zubilek is about to tell you the same thing. But you're not going to believe who it is. I'm going to let him tell you who it is. Oh no, as late not as he doesn't survive and have me one eye. Huh? I guess. All I know is it's on, boys. It's on, Harlan. It's on. That's all I got to say. All I got to say is the game is on. And I am the game, and these fake YouTube channels that's been attacking me, and these fake YouTube channels that's only got 1 or 2 subscribers, their time is up. Bumblebee's about to destroy them.
How ironic would it be for the planned GOP Republican convention to be held in Columbia, South Carolina? What a backdrop that would be. Emotions are running high, both with the deep state knowing what's coming and the patriots wanting the perp walk now. Trump's latest tweets have stated basically that he will declassify and release.
Well, you're here. You getting it right here, Mom's DIY. You got it. You've been here before. But you do need to go to the next channel too. I've got 2 backup channels, and I'm still giving out news on that one. And some funnies and some football, stuff. And I'm putting out all kinds of stuff now for everyone. If you don't like my stuff, it's America. Leave. But I guarantee you this, I'm going to bet that y'all will be back to me because everything that I have been saying for the last 3 years is coming true. I'm going to make YouTube and these fake YouTube channels my bitch. We're here. Run. Troll.
The FISA documents if the Dems begin their impeachment investigations against him and his family, and that it will be big. He also added that he will release the documents at a time that is politically beneficial and decided not to release them now because by the time...
You're welcome, Moms. DIY. Sounds like a wrestling name. Like Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Of the impeachment, it would be old news. That essentially means that
if you want me to stay on here, share, like, and subscribe. That's it. That's it. The ones that's been donating on my Facebook, thank you. I don't ask for donations on YouTube. YouTube's a piece of shit. I'm just giving you out the freedom of speech and giving you the real news. Because y'all deserve it. I don't remember that one. Yes, I thought Heath Ledger was whacked. Yeah, he was whacked off. A bunch of people were whacked off, okay? And they're all going to get their victory. I promise. We've been working really hard for them. Hey, I'm exciting, I'm entertaining, but I am telling you the truth. I do get emotional, and I'm like Nick Saban. I'm going to bring down the freaking troublemakers. Every damn one of them's going down. We just brung down Stony Stone's channel. He looks like he's dating a trainee right now.
Classified documents will be released at the last moment before a major event or shortly thereafter. Now, we all thought that it would happen before the midterms as an advantage tactic for both the House and the Senate. But as Q has pointed out, well in advance of the midterms, a 53-47 lead in the Senate would be the final outcome. Now, how did Q know that? The Senate was the cherry on top, and with a Dem-controlled House, it is still alleged that certain Dems will be wrapped up around December the 21st when DHS completes their voter fraud investigation and could easily turn the House over to the Republicans.
By the way, there's 3 Qs out there. Okay? But I'm finding out there's more than one Q. Okay? And y'all are being so confused. I would be confused too if you did not know this. But we do have 3 Qs. The one that BP Earthwatch has been following the pedophile Q. Okay? Jennifer, former Navy chick from Texas, was following Q, and then she found out that it was a freaking joke. See, the thing is, Q is, one of them is the Queen of England. I want y'all to know that. It's not the Queen of England, but it's the same people. I want y'all to know that. And then you got another Q that's Julian Assange. And then you have another Q, Anonymous, and WikiLeaks is the same people. I don't know if y'all knew that. Anonymous and WikiLeaks are the same people. They're the ones that got screwed over by Microsoft and their FBI and CIA jobs. Not just Edward Snowden that walked away from them, but there's more people that walked away from the pedophile government than you think. Like I said, there's like 26 million right now that walked away from the pedophile government from your military. Not to think what is going on in California, guys. They're burning houses down, but have you noticed all of them are your pedophile houses? That's what they're not telling you on the news. I want y'all to know that. Just thought you might want to know that. And China has something to do with it.
Fear with an enemy that is self-destructing. Now, many of you are not going to like what I think would be a good strategy for the release of these declassified documents. We do know the release of FISA and other revealing documents will destroy many deep state operatives, from Congress to the CIA and many in between. However, there are 2 countries resisting the release because it will implicate their intelligence agencies in child trafficking and pedophilia: the UK and Australia. There has to be a balance, because it will also reveal CIA and now deceased George H.W. Bush's involvement in the JFK assassination, and will open a can of worms about who and what was behind the 9/11 false flag, as well as the deep state pedophile ring involving the Bush and Clinton dynasties, according to political insiders. Therefore, there might be many exclusions, unless the deep state goes full-scale anti-Trump, and all indicators point to that happening anyway. The question in everyone's mind should be, if the declassified documents could save this republic from a Democrat socialist taking the presidency in 2020 or 2024, wouldn't it make sense to hold off on the release of these documents until a time just before the 2020 election, or a partial disclosure for 2020 and the final big one before 2024, to assure a Republican win in 2024? The drawback is if the Dems take power back in 2020 and or 2024, The ultimate goal should be to destroy the Democrat Party at any cost, and the tribunals will help. If not done properly, it could backfire on this republic. President Trump has to move and plan cautiously, while at the same time remaining safe. As for the logistics meeting in Columbia, South Carolina, which took place on November the 28th by several agencies, including military, NCIS, and the IRS, my sources inform me that if the plan was to discuss behind closed doors logistics for how to proceed with what would be bigger and more complicated than the Nuremberg trials, it would require these agencies to understand the complexity by designating the proper individuals from each agency tasked with compiling their cases as a joint effort for the prosecution to proceed in a military tribunal setting. Note, the U.S. Marshals Service attended the logistics meeting and are only tasked with going after fugitives and picking them up. The criminals mentioned in the media report are already in prison. Why the IRS? Well, how about investigations concerning the Clinton Foundation? National Emergency Executive Order signed into law in December of 2017. Is the IRS investigating inmates in prison? Why wasn't that meeting held in Washington, D.C. instead of Columbia, South Carolina? Why bring all these agencies together under the guise or ruse of an investigation against a couple of inmates creating apps to extort military personnel in a porn scheme? They're already in prison, and adding additional charges and time is very easy to do with less than what the logistics planning team could do. If they were in fact meeting behind closed doors about tribunals near the military prison and had no cover story for the media, the cat would be out of the bag for one, and anything and everything would begin to happen with a deep state counterattack. Keeping the deep state criminals confused by fake news, but knowing what is probably happening, forces them to not come out and tell the world in order to gain sympathy from the left. Plus, they would look like paranoid conspiracy theorists, which would be used against them. A prime example are the numerous false flag media reports, such as the Las Vegas massacre about a lone shooter, which is an absolute lie, and the many cover stories for 9/11 and others. What we do is provide an analysis of what it actually appears to be based on the puzzle scenario. We have many pieces of the puzzle, and the picture is looking obvious. Consider this. According to my sources, there is a large military prison in Fort Jackson, Columbia, South Carolina, and my sources just delivered supplies there and are planning to keep me updated. If Fort Jackson is to be used as a permanent or temporary facility for hundreds of top-level criminals...
Why do you think there's 80,000 tanks in Europe and Turkey and, some of the countries that they're going after? Turkey's the one that brought a lot of the ISIS people. Some of the military is from Turkey. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Ukraine is some of ISIS. I want y'all to know that. That's why Trump told everybody that he didn't want to meet with Russia. Remember that, folks. Remember that. What I just said. You may not like me. You can boo me, yay me, whatever. Earnhardt always said, you're still here. And that's more important, to get the truth out than anything, because I'm intimidating everything that comes around me. Everything. You love me, that's fine. I love you. But if you don't love me, go to hell. That's all I got to say. I'm not here for you. If I was here for you, fake trollers and bullies and sexual harassment and threats and pedophiles, we would be buried and gone right now, as I say. Buried and gone.
Being charged with treason. That is where they would be held, while Comey, Lynch, Mueller, Clinton, and Obama et al. Would need to be at Gitmo in order to avoid a deep state takeover of a prison on U.S. land by an Antifa-generated civil war.
Mm-hmm.
My sources also tell me that the military tribunals will be shrouded in secrecy, with no coverage by any mainstream media outlet allowed. The only access granted will be to alternative news media outlets of President Trump's choosing.
Mm-hmm.
The only exception will be the trial of former CIA Director John Brennan, who recently indicated that President Trump should be removed from office by force. I'm told his trial will be public as well as his execution, which will be televised. Upon conviction, I'm told that execution will be immediate, with no opportunity for appeals. Death will be by hanging, and the bodies of all convicted will then be incinerated. All of this seems logical to me, but I could be very wrong and everything could fall apart, and if that were...
It's all a plan, Carlene, for them to go underground. Remember what I told you? Do you really believe what he's saying? Do you believe what I'm saying, or do you believe what they're saying? Hubba, hubba, hubba. Who do you trust? Me? Or your government that's been screwing you over all along? That's been killing your innocent people on the streets? The police officers killing your people on the streets? Huh? Who do you trust? That's the question, Carlene. Please don't question me. Everything that I have been saying has been coming true. Trump's been dead. Trump's gone. Guys, he died in May. Y'all are all been played. Y'all all been played. For crying out loud, y'all been played for so many damn years, y'all gotten used to it. Y'all are like, hey, will you please screw me another one up my rear end? I mean, that's what y'all are used to. And I'm fed up with it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fed up with it. If you really believe the crap that's coming out of the fake news, then I don't know what else to say. I think there will be a huge false flag from the deep state to distract from the upcoming Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a false flag no more, though. I think it's going to be all real. It's coming very soon, too, as we're getting closer to Christmas.
To happen, Trump does not get reelected, and we lose to a socialist communist, and that's when things get really nasty for America. Under the next socialist communist U.S. president, you'll have only two choices. Either give up your First and Second Amendment rights, or plan to fight and possibly die.
I'm going to read something to you. Okay? On September the 10th, 2018, George Herbert Walker Bush was indicted on money laundering conspiracy to violate the Logan Act and human trafficking under RICO. Okay? Just hold on until it come up. Okay? He pleaded guilty in order to avoid a military tribunal. He didn't want you to know the truth. Okay, let's keep on. He's not going to tell it. I have to read it to y'all. Okay. The next one is under an arrangement made with the Trump administration, he was quietly executed on the evening of November the 30th, 2018. He never died with Parkinson's disease, folks. He wanted them to kill him, so he wouldn't sit in front of a courtroom and let the whole world know what he did. Remember what I told you yesterday, that if they knew what he did, they would be lynching the whole streets. All right. Under this arrangement, Bush was allowed to die with his identity and legacy attached. I know this is wigging you out, freaking you out, but this is the truth, folks. I've been knowing this is gonna come. All right. Upon signing his death warrant, President Trump was heard to have said, "God may have mercy on his soul." Trump said that. All right, let's keep on. He will not. God will not have mercy on his soul. He's going to hell. That's it on that one. Let's see. Was that the last match, or do I have another one? I can't even keep up. I make these matches for y'all and don't even realize what I put on there because I'm just concerned about the news. Okay, there's another match. Okay. All right. Okay, this is the last one.
So, there you have it. No one else is reporting it. There are some alternative news sources that are speculating it, but we have been able to confirm that Bush 41, George H.W. Bush, was put to death Friday, November 30th, 2018, in the early evening hours for crimes against humanity, including human trafficking and violations of the RICO Act. He reached a plea deal with authorities, with the Trump administration, that would allow him to maintain his dignity, his legacy, and none of this will be spoken about in the mainstream media.
Nope.
Even President Trump, to his credit, is speaking complimentary of former President Bush in public tweets, and he will be attending George H.W. Bush's funeral, which will be held on Wednesday, December the 5th. And many complimentary things, of course, will be said about the former president. Ironically, Trump will be at the funeral with many of the same people whom he will be prosecuting in military tribunals beginning in January. Again, this is an exclusive report. Now, if you question whether anything...
Look, it's weird to see Trump involved with all this, and then he could be going down. Nancy Pelosi, like you said, Andrew, you are right. Well, I try to tell y'all. I told y'all months before it even started. I told you, get ready for Lisa Simpson's storyline to come in involved with the new president. I'm telling you guys, we're not done. We're not done. They're going to bring everybody down underground, and they're going to try to murder them, act like they fake murder and all that, and then whammo, Trump's going to get murdered. It's going to be like the Joker. Like I said in the movie Batman, who killed the bus driver? They're going to kill every robber, every one of them, until the Joker's standing. I'm telling you right now, from God's honest truth, what I'm telling you is going to shock the crap out of you. You just need to share it.
Regarding the Bush execution and or his indictment are real or not, we can provide all of the information backing up our claims to you. Over the course of the last 2+ years, we have been compiling a list of reports regarding deep state actions against Donald J. Trump and his attempts through his administration and those who are sticking with him to put an end to child and adult trafficking in the United States and around the globe. He has been thwarted in those efforts by the fact that at least 1/3 of those in the United States government right now are involved in child trafficking, are involved in pedophilia and what has been coined Pizzagate. And it has been an uphill battle, especially with those who are attempting to have him impeached and removed from office. And of course, as we brought you here in this report, Q is reporting that the Senate victory was the more important victory in the midterm elections of 2018, and that information which Donald Trump will be releasing at the right time, these declassified FISA documents, may actually return the House to the Republican Party as well. So this is huge news, folks. This is very, very big.
Yes, it is.
But again, if you question whether or not George H.W. Bush was indeed executed on November the 30th for these crimes, and whether or not he was truly indicted, we can provide you with a copy of the indictment. We can also provide you with a complete dossier on the Bush pedophile dynasty. This goes back many, many years to even George H.W. Bush's ancestors. This has been going on for quite some time, and it continues today. The Bush pedophile dynasty is only one part of a 15-part bundle of reports that we call the Bundle Plus, and we have been making it available to you for over the course of 2.5 years. All of this information, of course, coming to light back in the run-up to the 2016 presidential elections, when information came to light from a low-level DNC staffer who was subsequently murdered by the name of Seth Rich, who discovered emails containing all of this information about the child trafficking and pedophilia scheme going on here in the United States, and a very credible reporter who has since been banned from many of the social media outlets such as Twitter. Another one by the name of Laura Loomer, who's also been reporting on this and who also has been banned from Twitter, have indicated that up to 1/3 of the people in the United States government right now are involved in child and adult human trafficking. They have been virtually, literally, and by every other means, silenced.
Shit.
They're doing their best to get this information out, as are we. And we
Hold on, guys. Dang. I'm having issues again. Where's it at? There it is. Sorry, guys. We're having yeah. How about that stuff? There you go. Sorry, guys. We're gonna get there in a minute. All right. But I told you so. A lot of y'all didn't believe me, man. I'm telling you, dude. I feel the power. God's been telling me. You got ex-CIA, ex-NSA, Kevin Shipp, and Edward Snowden on fire. We've been on fire through the whole dang thing. What did I tell y'all was going to happen? Alex Jones was going to disappear. BP Earthwatch was going to disappear. All the others are going to disappear. It just hasn't happened yet. It's taken them a while to shut them down. You just can't do it overnight. I mean, I just told you by months and months and months it was going to come. Stranger Than Fiction. It's like the freezing Twilight Zone. No kidding, man. all I got to say is they're here. You know what I mean? That little girl that was looking at the TV and staring at it. I mean, that's what. I mean, Hollywood tried to warn you on all of it. What do you think Jack Nicholson told you in that movie? Tom Cruise says something to him, and Jack says, he says, you can't handle the truth. None of y'all can. Y'all are a bunch of wusses. Seriously, America has turned crybaby since Obama came in office. And it's sad. It is really sad. None of y'all cannot grow balls. I don't know where they went. I have no idea. I guess they went to Guantanamo Bay or somewhere. I don't know. All I know is y'all a bunch of cowards and y'all a bunch of scaredy cats, and I'm not. I've had guns to my head. I've had people to my house. I've had people trying to stop me, and here I am, still here. I'm not scared, man. I'm not scared. I'm gonna die just like my grandfather did. I'm gonna fight for my grandfather in World War II. I'm gonna fight for you. I'm gonna fight for these kids. You know what? These kids deserves truth and honesty, but they're not getting it. They're not getting it from you grown-ups and people. And you say you're people? You say you're Americans? No, you're communists. People that report people's channels is ridiculous. I didn't do that. I just told you what was going to happen October the 1st, 2016, that peoples were going to lose their channels by Antifa and by Anonymous and by WikiLeaks and by your government, your NWO. And none of y'all wanted to listen to me. None of y'all. And you going to blame me? I told you what was going to happen. Y'all just can't get your ears out of your you can't get your damn dick out of your ear. Y'all are fucking ignorant is what y'all are. You sit there and follow ex-army that's a pedophile. You sit there and hang out with Stony Stone that's a pedophile. You hang out with BP Earthwatch that wants to come and take your guns. Yeah, he's coming for your guns, folks. Unless he gets murdered first, because they are watching him very well right now. I mean, you got a bunch of people watching him. A bunch. I mean, y'all going to see a bunch of channels disappear. And like I said, I'll be still sitting here. The Clintons have whacked so many people off, it's mind-boggling. Yeah. Like the Joker said, who killed the bus driver? What did I tell you was going to happen? Fake deaths. People were going to die. People were going to not die. People were going to believe everything that the government said because they're all controlled by HD TV and these freaking monitors and these telephones and these tablets and these and the weather raining down on you. The chemtrails, the everything that's being landed on you. The microwave, the towers, everything's being set up while you're eating the food that everybody tells you not to eat. You're the ones that's being controlled. You're the ones that's being controlled for taking the pills that was color-coded in 2006. That's right. Your pills have been color-coded for a long time now, 12 years to be exact. It all started in 2006 when Bush signed the executive order on controlling you with pills. Bush. The one that killed JFK. So y'all need to wake up. Y'all really do. Because right now I'm your Superman. No, Superman's not dead. He's alive. I just hope you start waking up, folks. Because if you do not wake up, you may lose a limb and feel it. Is that what y'all want? Think about it. I know you want to die. I know a lot of y'all want to die because you keep on disliking the video and you don't want the truth to come out because you want to die. But you think you're going to go to hell or heaven on that one, folks? Because you're going to feel a lot of hot, burning fire that you're not even going to stand. Some of my family members are even going to go to hell because they didn't believe what was coming. Yeah, Obama set the stage for HD TVs to control and watch everything you did. Obey, disobey. Just like Roddy Piper was trying to tell you in the movie, They Live. He got murdered. Chris Benoit was murdered. His whole family got murdered. Prince got murdered. Robin Williams was murdered. Jeffrey Bourdain murdered. And all these people that's murdering people are getting 30 to 60 years in prison and then coming back out. You think they're corrupt? You think the government's corrupt? Yeah, it's all reversed. Everything's reversed. That cop got off for killing the wrong person in Hoover. Do you realize that? Or do you give a fuck? It doesn't matter if you're black or white. All of us are getting killed out there. Black and white and Hispanics. Yeah, I've showed you Hispanics getting shot by the police. I've showed you whites and black. I came on here to undivide this country because we need to undivide this country. People like Renegade Network needs to get in that fucking turkey oven and fry. Because you're going down, man. You're a pedophile. Just found that out, Wesley Lee. From Mississippi. You was in South Carolina, now you're in Mississippi. You can't hide from me, motherfucker. You can't hide from me. I'm like Michael Myers. I'm coming after every pedophile son of a bitch that come online on NASCAR. The end is near for all of you if you don't wake the fuck up. No, this ain't a threat. It's a promise. Before I let you go, anybody has something to say that's smart, like the ones that's been saying the comments down below? Much respect. Thank you. At least y'all are waking up. How about that? Women are doing it tonight. Thank you, Jordan, for all the work you've been doing. Please share my stuff on Facebook. I didn't friend you just to look at the sky. I friend you because we're fucking outnumbered. And if you think this war is over, it just now begun. On every YouTube channel, every YouTube subscriber has been subscribing and unsubscribing to my channel. We will very, very see you very, 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 very soon. That you're going to wish you listen to me. Edward Snowden and Kevin Shipp told me to tell you, bullies, rest in peace. Nobody has something to say yet? Nothing? Carlene, thank you for all you've done. Please keep on sharing my stuff like Irma Ward Goddess. Thank you. Thank you. You are awake. You better start waking up, everyone. And you better watch your meats. You may be eating Hurricane Harvey victim. Have a nice day. I'm out. Roll Tide.